Welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe and press the notification bell. There's a certain feeling that only a Ducati can give you. It's hard to explain, but you know it the moment you see an ear, when the light catches the trellis frame just right, when the engine barks to life, when you throw a leg over and the world seems to slow down for a second. The 2025 Ducati Panigale V2 isn't just the latest chapter in Ducati's sport bike saga, it's a refined masterpiece that balances performance and soul in a way that few motorcycles in any category ever managed to do. At first glance, the V2 might look similar to its predecessors, but make no mistake here, this is a different beast. Ducati has taken the core essence of what made the Panigale V2 beloved and dialed in improvements that aren't just skin deep. From aerodynamic enhancements to engine tuning and ride ergonomics, this machine has been re-engineered for riders who crave more than just speed. It's for those who want connection, feedback, passion. And in true Ducati fashion, it delivers that in spades. Let's start with the aesthetics, because with a bike like this, the visuals aren't just a design choice here, they're part of the experience. The 2025 Panigale V2 features evolved bodywork that's both sleeker and more aggressive. Ducati's signature red remains dominant, but subtle black accents and matte finishes give the bike a modern, stealth fighter-like presence. Winglets are now fully integrated into the side fairings and not just bolted-on aero bits, but sculpted elements that contribute to both form and function. Every angle is purposeful, every curve is honed by both wind tunnel and desire. When you stand beside the bike, the proportions are ideal. It's compact but muscular, agile looking yet planted. Ducati hasn't gone wild with radical changes, instead, it's a story of refinement. A story of evolution. The tank is sculpted to give better grip for your knees when braking hard into a corner. The seat has been redesigned for both support and comfort over longer stints. The tail section, short and aggressive, looks like it's lifted from a MotoGP paddock. And the LED lighting signature is unmistakably a fierce stare that tells you this bike means business. Throw a leg over the Panigale V2 and you're immediately drawn into the cockpit. Ducati's new TFT display is vivid and crisp, and the user interface is more intuitive than ever. You can navigate through riding modes, traction settings, engine maps, and more with just a flick of your thumb. But more than the tech, it's the riding position that speaks volumes. The seat is just right, supportive, but not harsh. The handlebars have been subtly revised to reduce pressure on the wrists during street riding, while still offering the aggression you need for track work. Foot pegs give you clearance and confidence, and the overall ergonomics are surprisingly accommodating. Now let's talk about the heart of this machine here, the 955cc Superquadro L twin engine. This engine is a celebration of Ducati's engineering ethos. It's a high-revving, short-stroke motor that produces a gloriously broad spread of power. For 2025, Ducati has made refinements to the combustion chamber and ECU, resulting in smoother throttle transitions and a cleaner torque curve across the rev range. The headline number? 160 horsepower at 10,750 revolutions per minute, and 104 Nm of torque at 9,000 revolutions per minute. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about how that power is delivered. This is an engine with character. It's alive. From the low-end growler title to the man-crusher near redline, every throttle input is met with an emotional response. The V2 doesn't scream like an inline-4, it sings with a deep, mechanical harmony. It surges forward with torque-rich authority from the bottom and builds with linear ferocity as you climb the revs. The fueling is precise, the throttle response razor-sharp. It's the kind of engine that makes every ride feel intentional, like you're part of a dialogue between man and machine. Connected to that glorious engine is a 6-speed gearbox with a Ducati Quickshifter system both up and down. For 2025, the Quickshifter's software has been further refined, making gear changes not just quicker but smoother too, even under partial throttle. Downshifts come with perfectly matched revs, and you can rip through the gears with surgical precision. It adds to the overall flow of the ride here, you're not thinking about shifting, you're just riding. And when it comes to riding, the Panigale V2 delivers a symphony of feedback. The chassis are an aluminum monocoque remains light and rigid, giving the bike a superb sense of stability while allowing for just enough flex to keep things communicative. Up front, you'll find a 43mm shell big piston fork, fully adjustable and tuned for 2025 with slightly softer damping for better compliance on imperfect roads. Outback, a Sachs monoshock keeps the rear in check, also fully adjustable for preload, rebound, and compression. This bike turns like it's reading your mind. The steering is light and intuitive. Lean in, and the bike follows with eagerness and precision. Mid-corner, the V2 feels planted and composed, never twitchy, never nervous. You can trail brake deep into a turn, flick it through tightnesses, or blast through high-speed sweepers, and the bike always feels in control. It rewards skilled riders but never punishes the ones still learning. It's forgiving, but never dull. Agile, but never frantic. And the gripe, oh my god, the grip. With Biley Diablo Rosso 4-Corsa tires fitted as standard, this thing sticks. The tires are confidence-inspiring whether you're on a warm canyon road or pushing at the limit on a track day. The feedback is tactile and rich. You feel the pavement through the pegs, through the bars, through the seat. Braking is handled by Brembo M4.32 monoblock calipers paired with dual 320mm rotors. They're not just stronger, they're beautifully modulated. You get excellent initial bite and progressive power throughout the lever pull. Whether you're trail braking into a turn or making a panic stop in traffic, the brakes respond exactly how you expect them to. At the rear, a 245mm disc with a single piston caliper offers solid performance for trail braking or low-speed control. But one of the biggest evolutions in the 2025 Panigale V2 is its electronics suite. Ducati has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to rider aids, and this year's updates make them feel even more seamless. Lean-sensitive ABS, traction control, wheelie control, engine brake control, and cornering quickshift all work behind the scenes to make you faster and safer. The algorithms have been tuned to reduce intervention unless absolutely necessary, meaning you can push harder while still having a safety net in place. 3 preset riding modes: Street, Sport, and Racer let you switch personalities with a single tap. Street mode softens power delivery and maximizes safety aids for daily riding or poor conditions. Sport mode sharpens the throttle and dials back intervention for spirited street or canyon work. Race mode is pure aggression, maximum power, minimal interference, and full commitment. Best of all, each mode can be fully customized. You can fine-tune throttle maps, traction control levels, and engine braking to suit your style, your skill, and the conditions. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds like a track weapon, but what about the street? Ducati hasn't ignored that part. In fact, one of the most surprising aspects of the 2025 Panigale V2 is just how usable it is in the real world. Thanks to improved heat management, a smoother ride-by-wire throttle, and more forgiving suspension settings, this bike can be ridden every day. Sure, it's not a touring bike here, but for weekend rides, city commutes, or short road trips, it's totally doable. The seat is more comfortable than you'd expect, and the updated ergonomics mean you're not folding yourself into a pretzel just to go get coffee. Fuel efficiency is respectable for a high-performance machine. You expect around 37 to 42 miles per gallon, depending on how aggressively you ride. The 4.5-gallon tank offers enough range for spirited weekend rides without constant fuel stops. And when it comes to maintenance, Ducati's long service intervals are 9,000 miles between oil changes and 18,000 for valve inspections. I mean, this Italian thoroughbred won't eat your wallet alive. The 2025 Panigale V2 is more than just a motorcycle, it's an emotional experience. It's a machine that makes you look back every time you park it. A machine that makes your heart race before you even thumb the starter. It's not trying to be the fastest or the most powerful on paper. It's not chasing lap records or brute force stats. Instead, it's chasing something purer, something more human. It's about the connection between rider and machine. The trust in a chassis that holds its line through any corner. The harmony of an engine that responds to your thoughts before you even twist your wrist. The feeling of becoming one with a bike that's not just built for performance here but for passion. The 2025 Ducati Panigale V2 is, quite simply, the sweet spot. The perfect blend of power and poise. Emotion and engineering. A middleweight that punches far above its class, yet never loses sight of its soul. Whether you're an experienced rider looking for a thrilling track companion, or someone stepping up from a smaller bike who wants to experience the Ducati magic without diving into the deep end of the V4 ocean, the Panigale V2 is that rare motorcycle that delivers both exhilaration and accessibility. And in an age where so many bikes feel like they're designed by committee or by software, the Panigale V2 reminds us that motorcycles can still be art. They can still make us feel. They can still be broken by Ducati. Thanks for watching and wait for the next video.